Alright, round 3 and third mirror match, which is highly disappointing because not only does this not display the format, but it's also really exhausting. Um, so we have here a pretty good opener for the mirror match, that is. Hopefully find some more gas. I mean, the only gas that really matters is capsize. So mystical teachings or capsize is really all I want to find. And I guess we also need a second blue source, because I don't exactly want to find one with this. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's nice. And this time he actually had a turn 1 post. Pretty close to what I did, not exactly. So, let's see. I think Glimmer Post Teachings. So I could, if I Glimmer Post plus Teachings, I can have Capsize next turn. Basically, that would just force him to pass without playing anything, and then I would have to go find a counter spell. So I think that's worse if he has another Cloud Post. He topped one of them. And the other play I can make is map for another post and have more mana. I think that's what I'm going to do, because all he has to do is leave mana open, and I'm not going to throw my Capsize into the Prohibit or whatever. So I'll just build up my mana so that I can do everything at one time. Okay, Island Go is pretty good for me if that's what he's going to do. Okay, that's interesting. He almost passed, which indicates to me that he has, I'd say, Counterspell. Then he realized he still has 2 blue mana and decided to play Preordain. Well, nothing to really think about despite that fact. We're going to find ourselves, I think, just Capsize first. Usually best. Unless, well, depending on what he does here. Compulsive. Actually, we have enough mana just to go do both, but then we don't have enough mana to cast both. We're gonna, we'll let that resolve. That's fine. Well, we'll go get them, I guess. Could also get a Brainstorm, and that would help me find more colored mana. But I do have Muldrifter, so I think I just go for the Capsize plus. Actually, really, I should, unless I'm planning on casting this very soon, I should just go get another Teachings. How much can he condescend for? For 3, so that's the best I play around is 3. Or he could have Prohibit still, though. And that is something that I would have to counter, so we're just going to get Prohibit. And we're going to play Muldrifter. Hopefully we'll find some more gas. And colored mana. I would like to have my own Prohibit up, so we're just gonna do this. We're gonna get blue mana with that, and then we'll have the Capsize Prohibit. Okay, sure. That's a lot better than him casting Teachings there. So this is it. He left open all of his colored mana, all of his mana, in fact. Hope he doesn't have it, or have both. Like without, like it's really unlikely that he could have two hard counters without teachings for one. Okay, just flat resolves. Okay, that's good. You may go. So it was probably just a bluff. Because you kind of have to bluff it. Like, if you don't bluff it, I'm just going to kill you. So that would have to make sense then. Played an island this time. Playing basics is well, you're basically locked in this situation, but playing basics just makes it so that I don't actually have to cast Capsize. Like I could just do a bunch of other stuff, let you have your basic land. But since he has another post, I'm gonna go ahead and cast it anyway. Steam Core Weird. I'm not a big fan of that card. It's a little expensive. Yeah, see, playing that basic there now seems very odd. I don't know, like his rationale could have been like, yeah, there's a Condescend or something, and he wants to play Compulsive. But it obviously did not pan out for him. now he chooses to play another basic, and now I'm just not going to cast Capsize. I'm going to get the turn to play Muldrifter, Seagate Oracle, have Prohibit open. And there's no chance this game plan is going to work out for him, but jeez, so much mana. I could have even gone with the island there. Yeah, but he does have he has a lot of time to live, but he's not gonna be able to do very much with that time. I am actually almost on max post here. Max locus. He went with the Expanse. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and Capsize anyways this time because I have nothing else to do. Gotta remember to tap the Cloud Post first. I'm just gonna float it all this time. Might have overdone it. Oh, yeah. Well, wait, am I doing this twice? Yes. I think it's very unlikely he could ever interact with two Capsizes here. I mean, with Capsize plus Prohibit. Wisely floats the mana because I can't switch phases. This is not a lot of fun to watch, I presume. Didn't exactly want to play against this deck 3 times. I don't know why I'm floating all this extra mana. So I can Teachings for Brainstorm, which gets me quite closer to an actual win condition. And yeah, it's going to do it now. Because I floated some mana for some reason. You got it. Is that a second copy? Interesting. Straight to the face, down to 40. I actually wouldn't mind having one of these islands. I'm gonna upkeep the Teachings. Go get myself Counterspell, I think. Ghostly Flicker would be good too. Play Island. We'll go ahead and preordain first, see if I can find the Crusher before I do anything else. No such luck. And finally, I'll go ahead and cast Muldrifter. And Firebolt after combat, of course. Man, it's gonna take us forever. Floated. Okay, well, he's F6, so no fear. And we have Mnemonic Wall. Basically just trying to play as fast as I can to kill him, because at this point he's got no outs. I think I'll just capsize him to no lands, and I'll be able to skip some turns of capsizing. Yeah. And I guess I'll thin, get my max Locus. He's gonna be able to gain a lot of life, though. Actually, we better start walling back some burn spells. Actually, all I have is Firebolts. I guess that's my choice. Ah, man. Sure. We'll bounce it one more time. Why not? Don't want to lose any mana. And he's at 8. Can I finish him off? I think I can, yeah. Yeah, I can. Sweet. That made this go by a lot quicker. Let's just tap all my lands. This will make this turn even faster. I don't know which color I'm needing yet. Actually, I might just need none. Whew. Alright, same old thing. Actually, this matchup, it should be 50-50, obviously, but I have a lot of advantages in this matchup because of the way I built the deck. The one thing I don't have is compulsive research, where some people do have that, but I have more maps. I have all 4 Earth Rifts. A lot of versions just play Stone Rain or like some mixture, and that's really weird to me. Earth Rift is just so much better. I have Envelop, Pyroblast, whereas some people just have a mixture of Pyros and Hydros, which is gonna catch them eventually. Like sometimes it's good that you have a 1 mana counter, and a lot of the time it just sucks that you can't counter the right spell. Like for instance, I have only 5 red cards in the whole deck. And then I have the main deck prohibits are very good for the game 1s because game 1 is so very like specific in what you have to do. Prohibit is much better than the other counter spells, and the 1 main deck counter spell as well. Okay, I'll take it. It's not a bad hand. Though it is lacking, you know, actually it's not lacking much. It's just lacking an LD spell. Forget the name of the card. It's Earth Rift. That's the one. So we found a turn 2 Cloud Post. See, this is a little tricky because I can't. There's no way for me to keep up a negate mana. So if he has LD spell, there's nothing I can do. I have to let it happen. So what I am going to do is post Prism map. So this is the one turn he could get me. Just another Cloud Post off the top. All right. Actually, maybe he just needed that island straight up. Maybe that way he didn't play these on turn 1 and 2. Maybe. Because we don't really know for sure. That was actually one. Not exactly what I want to do. I want to have negate mana open right now. So we're gonna just pass. Next turn we can. Well, we're gonna search for Cloud Post, then play it. Mulldrifter, have negate mana open. What happened to my clock? I could have sworn I was only down by like 2 minutes. Down 4 minutes now. Think twice. That's an interesting one. I guess I kind of like that better than Mysteries of the Deep. Definitely not better than Brainstorm. Deep Analysis. That one mystifies me. That's way worse than Compulsive Research because it costs 4 and also 3 life to flashback. Because like in other matchups, that's really bad. In the matchups where life total matters, and drawing 2 cards for 4 mana is just too slow. Okay, so he played a Glimmer Post, so we're gonna have a lot of mana. Almost want an island, but I don't. He actually has a counterspell for this. Of some kind. It would have to be Condescend. It looks like it is Condescend. Okay, so we've got 14 mana each. He's condescending my Mole Drifter. The worst thing he could do is blow up one of my lands on his turn. To be honest, I don't really need all this mana right now. Like, I would actually rather draw some cards here. Than just do nothing. Like, he still has to have the right card. For me to get punished for this. Well, he has something. Just 10 mana, or 12 mana Prophetic Prism. That might end up, yeah, that's a Capsize. Well, this will only be really devastating if he has another LD spell too. It looks like he does. He got me good. So the game ends if he has another counterspell when I try to counter the Capsize. But I think I will probably play it out, just possibly F6 repeatedly, so that I can regain some clock time. Yep, if he does it now, I'm sure he has it. I'm still not technically out of it. Yeah, he had it. I'm gonna go ahead and try the Flicker next turn. If he's good, he won't play the Capsize. Stone Rain. Sure. Yeah. Yep. I guess he's good. He made the correct play. Bog. That's interesting. It's a target for Expedition map, but in my opinion, it's not too strong. Like in this matchup, like this might actually be the only matchup where it's like somewhat matters. Because of Mnemonic Wall, that's the only card. I'm pretty sure there's no other matchups where it's really a big deal. Maybe one Fringe deck or two. If it's in his board, he can just board it in as an extra land in this matchup, I guess. It's pretty bad. Well, it looks like we finally go to a game 3 in this matchup. And it was in part because I got really greedy. This one turn, I'm sure you remember. When the only thing that I would get punished by is a Capsize plus LD spell or two of any combination. Things like that. And that's what happened. Then he still had a counterspell for the next turn. I'm just going to get concede, actually. I'm not going to bother making up some clock time. Yep, same thing. Ooh. Like a really nice hand, just with no cloud posts. I feel really bad keeping this, actually. There's a cloud post. Okay. How do I want to play it then? Turn 2 Cloud Post. Turn 3 we'll have Teachings probably. Yeah, we're going to keep the Teachings. It was actually really strong. And even better, he didn't have a Cloud Post. Or even a map or Preordain. Still nothing. In which case, I think we might just Prism plus negate mana for a possible Stone Rain. Like whatever I Teachings for is mostly irrelevant this turn. Probably just irrelevant this turn. I would like to get Capsize anyway. It's my primary target. Yeah, the way this game's going, I'm just going to Capsize him out, I think. Yeah, we're going to go with Cloud Post Go. We can have Hide or Pyroblast mana up or Envelop if we need to. So if I Envelop, next turn I'll have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 possible. Just play Muldrifter, I guess. Or no, just Flashback Teachings, of course. So but if yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna counter this for sure. Yeah, that was actually a really good draw. Because now we were going to go for the Capsize anyway. And now we have Counterspell backup. And he still has yet to have a Cloud Post. Pretty sure he just, like, without any Cloud Posts, even if I do nothing for a couple turns, he's not going to be able to come back. So far, I've just advanced board position, countered LD spells. Boilerworks is an interesting card in these decks. I had one at first for an map target. Actually, I wonder if I should get Teachings here. This is, if I get Capsize, he loses unless he has 2 counterspells right here. With 1 blue mana, one of them has to be Pyroblast. He has to Pyroblast, another counterspell. If I waited a turn so that I could Teachings for a counterspell and the Capsize, he would have a turn to do something or build up more mana. I'm gonna go for Capsize now because I think the chances of him having Pyroblast plus Counterspell of some kind are very slim. And if he was just to untap, he would probably be more likely to interact, even though I would have 2 counterspells up. No counterspells, none whatsoever. Okay, that's the end of the game. So yeah, about the Boilerworks, I was talking about it a bit. It really doesn't serve a very good purpose. Like at first, I was like, well, I can bounce a Glimmer Post with it, gain some little extra life, just card advantage land, you know. But it's really not realistic. You're either getting Cloud Post or Glimmer Post or an untapped colored source every time with the map. So this turn I think I just pass on the capsizing just to be safe. And, you know, once again, he has nothing of relevance. Quite the 2 cards to draw. Yeah, I'm actually okay with Earth Rifting here. Since he's under capsized lock, I could just spend on whatever just to keep him low on mana. Hydroblast, you say? I'm okay with that. That's fine. Shattering Pulse as well? I guess that's fine. I could have Ghostly Flickered there to draw 3, but it's really not that important to me. Oh, this third Cloudpost is also not that important to me, but I still think this is just better since he's mostly tapped out. He could have Dispel, but that's a hard counter anyway for my capsize, so I might as well get it out of the hand. Yeah, this is over now. Way, way over. Gotta make sure I pressed buyback. In the past I've accidentally not bought it back, and that was really embarrassing. Okay. And he's going for something here. Capsize of his own. We'll go ahead and Pyroblast. Or, yeah, that's right. Keep mixing the names up. Actually, probably it's actually safe enough to preordain here. I wasn't going to, but we're gonna bottom both those. We could use one more blue source, but I'd rather be greedy than just take the island. And it paid off in some respect. Got a expedition map instead. Just gonna go get an island here. So now I can capsize twice without much fear. Considering he's been very light on counter spells so far this game. And I was supposed to pre-combat this after all, but got a Mystical Teachings. He's actually going to try and fight back. Spending our mana now might actually just be worth it, so that we can do it twice again next turn without any fear. I still have Earthrift. I actually kind of forgot about that. But I guess I would never have cast it. Capsizing is just better in this situation. Actually, even better yet, I probably could have cast this at end combat, and then I could have flashed back Earthrift, but it's not a big deal. same exact situation again, but they just won't concede. Actually, probably, yeah, that's fine. Okay. We'll wait a turn of Preordain. Just won't do anything else this turn. That's good to see. Although not quite as good as Ulamog's Crusher. So we're going to leave him with a Glimmer Post. We're going to cast Preordain. Bottom top, cast Brainstorm. Cannot shuffle. So, whatever. Cast Mulldrifter. Keep capsizing. Yeah, I can't believe he's actually making me play it out. Well, in any case, you could just stop watching and assume we're 3-0. But, I mean, it depends on how much you like inflicting misery on others. Oh, he got negate? I guess I'll counter that. I could give him some hope, not counter it, and then just mnemonic wall, but I'm not that mean. I think I'll blow up his land too now. It's given me plenty of mana. Don't really need any more. And if I wanted to waste some time, I mean, technically it's correct to bounce Mulldrifter to try to find the Crusher, but it just doesn't matter. And in fact, I don't have a lot of time to waste. I'm just better off killing him the hard way. One more turn of this. Ugh. Oh, finally he's conceding. Technically he's drawing to Glimmer Post and then hoping I doesn't time out, but well, it's safe to say I'm pretty exhausted after 3 mirror matches. Whew, and we're 3-0.